Avalon is dying, King Arthur is long gone, and the Knights of the Round Table are in disarray. Guardian Menhirs, the only thing that makes it possible for humans to survive in this remote land, are going dark. Your village chose its best and brightest, and sent them on an epic quest to reach Camelot, find the Grail, and save the land. You were not among them. Welcome to Tainted Grail. This game is based on a very successful, widely known, innovative board game that was kickstarted in 2018. And don't worry, if you are looking forward to playing the board game, or you already have, this storyline is completely different in Tainted Grail. So if you'd like to check out the game, there is a link in the description. I've been granted alpha access. This video is not sponsored in any way. I'm just literally playing the game because I thought it looked really cool. And this is a reimagining of the Arthurian, shall we say, mythos. And we're going to be starting here.
Kuanacht is dying. Its barren fields provide little food, and its crumbling walls offer no protection. As the power of the Guardian Menhir fails, the weirdness creeps ever closer. Twisting places, creatures, and even space itself. Despite this, the people of the farmhold refuse to leave. Instead, Lordofcinder led 4 of their best on a desperate mission to Camelot. They promised to bring back help. They never returned. Now those left behind are growing desperate. They will try to bestow the burden of their fate on someone else. New heroes, with an even slimmer chance of success.
So welcome to Character Select. Bear in mind that you are going to be able to build a party, and as you can see down at the bottom there, very important message, in future versions all characters will have completely unique asymmetric skill sets. In other words, this is just a demo, and so they're going to share skills for the moment. But our choices are going to influence the story and some exploration skills. And I think this actually seems really interesting. The fact that he has a festering, unhealable wound in his side that he received under mysterious circumstances. I think we'll choose him.
You've been sitting in this dark hall for the better part of the day. The bitterness of your ale, a good match for the bitterness of your thoughts. They found you insufficient. They left you behind like a broken tool.
The wound in your side suddenly throbs, and you punch it in response, pain and rage overwhelming you for a moment. Only then you notice one of the farmhold's guardians standing in front of you, his mouth agape. And now we have an opportunity to choose something, so I'm going to say, raise your fist. You want some of the medicine too? He steps back in terror, but does not leave.
I am sorry, but it's your turn to lay an offering.
And we have a new quest. The gods' forsaken offering. It was not your turn today, and even if it were, you know the truth. The Menhir's protection won't last. Oblivion stretches its cold hand towards Kuanacht farmhold, after claiming many other parts of Avalon. Alright, let the weirdness come and take this damned place. Begone, I am not in a mood to help anyone. Yeah, I guess we'll just say that. The face of the guard hardens.
I thought Master Effer made a better man of you.
Time passes, your wound throbs again, as if something was trying to rip free and join the rolling clouds of weirdness outside. Sitting here any longer would be a torture. Finish your drink. And welcome to Tainted Grail's pre-alpha. Since it's an early version, please forgive us for interrupting your game. These games, these things on the bottom part of the screen are your quick slots. You can drag and drop and so on and so forth. I've already gone through all this, so I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit. But suffice it to say, this is an open world, turn-based RPG at its heart. And of course, it does have a whole bunch of board game mechanics. It's got card game mechanics. It's got RPG mechanics. It's got everything, basically. Yeah, anyway, as you can see right here, I'm holding down the Alt key at the moment, so I can actually have a look around, and I can see exactly where I need to go, what I need to do, and so on and so forth. Now, I recommend going to the well, or at least I'm going to go to the well almost immediately, and we're just going to interact with this. The water in this well is unnaturally fresh and invigorating. It is drawn from far depths where the weirdness shouldn't affect it, and we gain 10 of this, whatever that is. Hopefully it's going to be something good. But otherwise, now we do have crazed dogs here. We are going to get into combat relatively quickly here, so I'm going to do that. There we go. Alright, so combat is done, as I said before, in turns. And you have a wide variety of different selections to choose from. Now, you can see here, I currently have 3 energy. Not entirely sure just yet whether I can increase that in some way. I would assume through items or maybe leveling up, I might be able to increase that. But otherwise, now that you know this, you're going to be able to know exactly what kind of cost each of these actions is going to have. So for example, this has a cost of 2, and the rest have a cost of 1, and they all do different things, as you can see here. So if I want to do some damage, then I can just do Swift Strike. If I want to, well, reduce the enemy's armor by 6 and then have a momentum effect. So basically a momentum effect, what that means is whenever you use a momentum buff card, which is what this is, then the next card that you use will gain a particular effect. And this particular momentum card provides a plus 15% critical chance to the next thing that you do, which I think is actually really cool. So I think what I'm going to do is I will do Steel Eater first. We will do Steel Eater on the left target, and now we have a momentum effect right here, so technically I can now do a Swift Strike. Hopefully that's going to critical. Unlucky, did not get a critical right there, but that's okay, because we have reduced this particular enemy's armor. We now have no more energy left, and you can see exactly what the enemy is going to do by having a look at these icons up here. So this guy is going to attack us with just pure damage, and the other one is intending to apply a buff to itself. Oh, we actually took 16 damage critical. That's kind of harsh, isn't it? Oh, well, never mind. Okay, so we do have some more things here. Oh, Whirlwind is actually really, really cool. By the way, we also have Brawler, which is kind of this sort of like an ultimate ability, I guess. So anytime you use a red card or a red ability, in this case, you're going to gain a little increase in the Brawler skill. So you can see here, this costs 10 charges of the red energy, and basically it just says here, cost of all red cards is 0 this turn, and their damage is increased by 100%. So once you have 10 energy, you're going to be able to use this and then just go crazy with red abilities. And the same thing for the fighter skills. Fighter cards are, well, should we say blue energy cards or abilities are very much about gaining energy, gaining cards, and various other things like that. More defensive kind of things. And red is, of course, all about attacking. So we're actually going to go and use Whirlwind here. There you go. Nice. We now have 8 cost, or 8 charge, shall we say. And now we can actually do this and kill that one. And now we have maximum charge. So the next turn we can just go crazy and do massive amounts of damage. And this is perfect. Look at how many red cards we have. Going to use Brawler right here. And now we can basically do whatever we want. So I'm going to do this, and we're going to do this. Oh, it evaded. Oh, that sucks. Oh, well, never mind. Yeah, Swift Strike just does so much damage. It really does. And there you go. A victory for us. Very easy indeed. We gained some food. We gained some experience. Going to claim all of that. Thank you very much. By the way, you are going to need to eat to regain health. And you also have, I believe it is stamina. Well, resolve and sanity. So those things you're also going to have to manage over time. So because I did not get what I actually needed from this... Oh, I actually did get what I needed. Okay, so basically we have been tasked to basically place an offering to this statue of the god, or, you know, the worship place in the center of the village. And we have been told to basically offer something to the god. So we're going to do that. But I am going to enter a little bit of combat here. I actually find the combat really fun in this game, and I'm actually going to look forward to seeing what they actually end up doing with all the asymmetrical classes and things like that, because bear in mind that you can have a party of people, and they're all going to have different abilities, and they're all going to have different cards and all kinds of crazy stuff happening there. So I'm going to be looking forward to seeing what goes on with that. Woo, this is a nice card right here, because you can see here it gives me +4 charge. This also gives me +4 charge. So technically I would get up to 9 charge this one turn, which is actually kind of crazy. So I think we're probably going to do something. We're going to just do aggressive stance, I think, and I'll just do aggressive stance twice, and then we'll just do, oh, gain 10 armor for this turn. That actually sounds really, really good, so I think I'm going to do that, and that will be good for me. That is good. Alright, so now we can do this, which is going to deal a nice amount of damage, and then we will be able to use this, and then we can just basically go to town on this guy, and pretty much just win. There we go. It does so much damage. I mean, 100% extra damage from that is just so crazy. Really, really nice. So if we wanted to, I could go and explore in other areas, but for me right now, I have no money, so going to the marketplace is basically pointless. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to the menhir.
The local menhir now towers above you, weathered and cracked, its ribbons flapping in the wind. The thought that this tired old thing is the only protection from pure weirdness outside a farmhold sends shivers up your spine.
So it does look as though it actually does provide protection. The local menhir now towers above you, weathered and cracked, its ribbons flapping in the wind. I thought this tired old thing is the only protection from pure weirdness outside of farmholds and shivers up your spine, as the narrator already said.
Menhirs, raised by Merlin himself in the Age of Conquest, are said to have different appetites. The one before you seems to best respond to fresh blood, and its thirst is not easy to quench.
Alright, so now what we can do is we're given an option. If I had not fought the enemies nearby, then I wouldn't have been able to do this particular option, but I could look for a sacrifice, or I could spill my own blood for a massive amount of HP. Probably not the best idea, but we're going to do this instead. You spill the blood at the foot of the statue. The cracked stones drink greedily.
You feel the menhir's power surging.
Alright, so we gain 10 XP for that.
Once again, the weirdness is pushed back. Once again, the land returned to Kuanacht is smaller than before, barely reaching past the furthest buildings of the farmhold.
Bystanders disperse, and you sit down to catch your breath. Most of the people are now heading for the mead hall to raise a toast for yet another day Kuanacht bought itself with blood. But as you contemplate joining them, you notice a smaller group of villagers moving towards the abandoned houses at the edge of Farmhold, now safe from weirdness. You catch some words about the wealth they're hoping to find in homes that belong to champions of Yvain's expedition. It might be a good idea to see what's happening over there, especially since the knight who rules Kuanacht doesn't seem to be around to stop the looting. Alright, so we have gained a new quest, and we have also leveled up, so let's take a look at our various skills here. So, you have defense and you have attack. Now, once you select one of these upgrade slots, you're going to get 3 different selections, as you can see right here. So, for example, Unending Stamina increases max red charges to 12, ultimate cost is still 10. So that basically makes it easier for you to use your ultimate ability, I'm going to call it, more often, which I think is pretty nice. Otherwise, each red charge gives you plus 2% critical chance per attack. That's pretty nice too. And each red charge also gives you plus 2% chance to cripple per attack. Alright, I think that's alright, but let's have a look at the defense ones. On each hit received in combat, you gain plus 1 armor. That sounds really powerful to me. Each blue charge gives you plus 3% resistance. Alright, I think I'm going to go for the on each hit received in combat plus 1 armor. The last ability does not work in the alpha. That's the reason why I didn't look at it. But anyway, the health gain from consumables is doubled during combat, which is, I think, pretty good. But I'm going to go for adaptation right here. I think adaptation is, in my opinion, the most powerful one. And we can also go and take a look at our skills in just a second here too. So we can add a new skill to our deck, so to speak. And let's have a look. Okay, stun an enemy, discard all cards, and draw 5 new cards. Full swing. Next card deals double damage. That could be really, really powerful, but it does cost 2 energy instead of 1. And the last one is, if critical, apply bleeding. Okay, if next card is blue, gain 5 armor for the remainder of battle. That actually sounds really, really good because of our armor skill that we took beforehand. So I'm going to take that. Thank you very much. All right. So now that means that I will be able to go to various other places in the area. So let's just have a quick look-see here, because we have an observatory right there. And I suppose we should go over here. I'm thinking we'll go over there and we'll see what's going on. You approach a pile of stones that used to be a gatehouse. Among the rubble, a group of men sits around a campfire. You assume they're guards stationed here to watch over the main road to Kuanacht, though most seem to have seen too many winters or too few. So I can either rebuild the northern gate or I can approach the watchmen. Let's approach them. The guards greet you indifferently. They seem ill-equipped to face the dangers coming down the road. One of the older guards offers you with a tired smile a spare bottle of booze. There are alarmingly many empty ones scattered between the rocks. Well, I'm going to accept it. Why not? You sit with the guards and share a tale or two. Their spirits seem to have been somewhat lifted. Then we gain 1 XP. Very nice. Alright, so there is another enemy here. We're probably going to fight just to get it out the way. And whoa, there's actually 3 of them. This might be problematic, but I do have that new ability, as you can see right here. Force opening. If next card is blue, gain 5 armor for the remainder of battle. I think that is going to be extremely important for us here, so I'm going to use this first. Who do I attack? I guess we'll attack the left one. Doesn't really matter either way, in my opinion. Let's use shields up, and now we have 25 armor, which reduces incoming damage by 25%. Extremely important. And otherwise, stuns enemy for 1 turn. That could be really, really good. So I think we're probably going to do that. There we go. We're going to stun the right one, and then we'll go to the next turn. But we are literally not going to take that much damage at all, because we're going to continue gaining armor every single time thanks to our passive skill, which is just so incredible. Alright, 3 to 5 damage, reset all but blue charges. If next card is blue, heal for that amount. Don't actually need to heal right now, but these cards are going to go as soon as I am done with this turn, so it might make sense, but we'll see. Aggressive stance actually seems like a pretty fun thing to do, because I'm not going to really use the blue ability, in my opinion, so I'm just going to use this and we'll try and take out the left enemy as quickly as possible. Look at all that damage. Unfortunately, we didn't get very good rolls, so that's kind of unfortunate. I'm going to try and gain 10 armor for this turn as well, so that we can reduce the amount of damage we're taking significantly. There we go. We're now bleeding, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's fine. It's fine. Whoa, look at how much damage this is. Wow, it does lower your armor by 20, however, which of course is another thing that we want to take into account, where having a good amount of armor is going to really help us to be more aggressive in the long run as well. Alright, let's see. We're probably going to do this and just eliminate that, just to take it out. And then we will gain some resistance. Evasion. That's kind of unfortunate. Let's use this. That's going to draw a card. Didn't really... that would have been actually quite nice. If next card is blue, gain 20 armor until the end of the turn. That's actually kind of cool. But we're not going to take that much damage. There we go. Alright, anything else here that I want to go for? Oh, Shield Slam. That sounds really good. Look at that. Next card has chance for critical hit equal to your armor. That sounds fun. So, oh, this one's evading like no one's business, can it? Oh, yeah, it's got plus 25% evasion. My bad. My bad. I should have known that. Okay, so we're definitely going to do something a bit different then, I suppose. We will probably... We're going to do this. And we're just going to attack the right target for the moment, and then we'll just take the damage because we've got so much armor right now. I think we'll be okay, but that's definitely something I don't really want to have happen too much more, if at all possible. Let's just kill that immediately because it had a debuff. I don't know whether you saw the text on that, but when you use that particular ability, you can do massive amounts more damage if the opponent already has some kind of debuff afflicting them. So otherwise, let's have a look. Place bleeding, yeah, that's really good. I'm just going to use this right now so we can do more damage. And then we'll use that, and then look at that. And now we're almost ready to use that ability again next turn, which is just super, super good. Okay, so now I can just use this. And then we will literally take no damage again. I'm hopeful that I will have a healing ability here, maybe. No, I'm not getting lucky with that, but that's fine because we can just take it out with a regular whirlwind, no problem at all. We gain 3 XP for that. We gained 5 food, so that's actually really nice because we will be able to use that to heal ourselves relatively nicely. Ah, there's a highwayman. That is for our quest, I assume. Okay. So, town management is also a thing, by the way, but it is not available in this demo just yet. What else do we have here? Quests. Character panel, inventory, and camp. I would like to be able to rest. I'm not entirely sure what this actually does, but maybe we'll try it. It seems to give me +1 to health, so I'm actually just going to do that. Okay, there we go. That's basically it. Okay, I think you know what? I personally would prefer to gain more HP. From resting, but I suppose that's the reason why they give you some food. So I'm actually just going to eat some food at the moment, and bear in mind that we're not drunk anymore either, which is actually kind of nice. And oh, look at this, he actually has map skills. Bjorn gets a 20% increase in damage and armor for 7 turns, and he also scares nearby foes, reducing their triggering range. That's pretty cool. Alright, well, we're gonna continue onward. Oh, yeah, now we are actually outside. Did you see that? We're actually in the weird, or the weirdness. And that's a bit... Is that a bit problematic? What does it actually do for us? Does it do damage? I'm not seeing any damage being taken right now. So I'm going to move in and fight the highwayman because I think it might be quite fun to do so. And also because... I'm not entirely sure if we're supposed to even be out here, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway. If the next card is red, it costs 1 energy less, so technically I could do Swift Strike for free, which is actually kind of crazy. And I'm going to do... Okay, so I'm going to go for Bloodletter, followed by Aggressive Stance, and then followed by Swift Strike. I think that's probably going to be the best thing that we can do. Minor Bleeding's very good. Let's do that as well, and then that. There we go. This guy's taking no damage whatsoever because he's got 7 armor. Pretty crazy for him. He does 16 damage to us. That's kind of bad. Okay. If next card is blue, heal for 10% of our maximum HP. That's actually really nice. We could do so much damage right here. I might even be able to kill him just immediately right there. Just literally from this. But the problem with that is that it is going to... take all of my energy. But if I do Swift Strike straight away and then use this, then I can use this and then he's dead. There you go. It's a really, really nice way to finish an enemy off, that's for sure. And there's 6 gold coins, 2 experience, and I'm still not entirely sure what this is supposed to give me, but I'm going to go and have a look at the resources. Yeah, so these are the resources that I would assume you can pick up to build in the town, so you can, do things like increase, repair it, basically. Just make it so that it is going to be back into a good state of some kind. Oh, we're losing sanity right now. We are actually losing sanity, but I can spend resources to repair this. Let's repair it. Fills with crystal clear water almost immediately. Very nice indeed. Okay. So I am literally about to potentially die. Okay, there we go. We're back out. That was not worth it. That was not worth it, friends. That was very, very much not worth it. Okay. Well, I have drunk all of my stuff, and you know what? I'm going to actually drink the booze that they gave me as well. There we go. Because we're now back up to a reasonable resolve and things like that. So I think that's pretty good. Otherwise, and I think with that, I'm going to end this episode off here. If you'd like to check out Tainted Grail, then I highly recommend going through the link in the description, and then you can add it to your Steam wishlist if you so desire. And otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.